Good Monday afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Great Outdoors in Cherryville, North Carolina, and it's week 2 of the Progressive Bass Weekend Wrap-Up with Brian Travis, just back from the FLW Open on Okeechobee. We're lucky to get him today, folks, because as most of you know, that was a tournament people are going to be talking about for years to come. And you had a day that we'll be talking about for years to come. We've also got a few other tournaments we're going to talk about with Brian. He's familiar with some of the area lakes that had some big events this weekend. But, hey, we always got to start with where you were, and that's down at Okeechobee. And, I was talking to Rob Dye, Anglers Channel Pro staffer, last week up at his office in Denver. And he said during a kind of a preview show we had that he really felt like y'all were going to just absolutely whack him. Well, the first day, I don't think that was so much the case, or maybe the first 2 days in practice. But when it started on Thursday, it was unreal. And then you had a 30-pound bag on Friday. I want to say I counted 9 or 10 30-pound bags Friday.
It was absolutely unreal. And you're right. In practice, it was very slow. I think the biggest bag I had any day in practice might have been 12 pounds.
Yeah.
But if everybody remembers, back in 2009, we had the same setup. The lake did the same thing. That's when Jimmy McMillan won. And everybody was thinking then, if you just catch a limit a day, you're going to make a check. The first day of the tournament, like 35 pounds was leading. But this year, every year it's getting better. That hurricane came through there several years ago and hurt that lake. And it's taking a little time to get it back to where it needs to be. But, boy, she's right now.
She's right now, yeah. The weights were absolutely off the charts. Now, this is year 2 with frog tape for you. We were just talking, really a great way to start the year. You came in 14th place. You cashed a check for $12,500. It's a long year, but anytime you just kind of get off on the right foot in today's landscape, you got to be feeling pretty good.
It does. It makes a huge difference. I had a lot of redemption there. Okeechobee's kind of been tough for me the last 2 years, and this year going down, I really wanted to start the year off good because that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And going into the tournament, I was really nervous, but I was praying for. If everybody read the article that Pat Robertson wrote on Anglers Channel, I was praying for warm weather, and that's what we got, and it worked out for the best.
Well, I tell you what, it was again. I think 2 years ago, the Bassmaster Elite Series had one of those crazy tournaments down on Falcon. And people are going to talk about that tournament for 5 to 10 years. And I think this one at Okeechobee is going to rekindle the interest in Okeechobee, and everybody's saying, how can we get there tomorrow? Yeah. Because they want to be a part of it.
Exactly. We had 52 bags. 52 bags weighed in the first day over 20 pounds. That's out of 170 boats. That's amazing. Yeah. And it was like that the next day, too. Yeah. And, that lake's on fire. So.
And obviously that's a shallow lake. It's not very deep. So tell us what worked for you on that Friday that allowed you to bring in a 30-pound bag.
Well, actually, Thursday afternoon I found 2 really big fish on the bed. Of course, Okeechobee is notorious for that warm weather. Those fish move up in waves, and they actually spawn starting in October down there. So they're constantly moving in and out depending on the moon phase and the warm weather. And, those big bags, that's a lot of what guys are doing. They're seeing those fish or they're catching them flipping to shallow reeds where they know they're staging to come up on the beds. And that was kind of my deal. I found a couple really big ones Thursday afternoon and caught those 2 right off the bat Friday morning. And, I put the Ever Starts on high and went trolling. And I covered a lot of water. And, I was really blessed. I had like 4 or 5 areas. Every area I went to, I found a couple big ones.